Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to welcome you to the City of Homestead Council presentation ceremony for the month of March. Again, we welcome you all here. We have a fairly short agenda, very few presentations this evening, but that is certainly not to diminish the importance of either one of those. So, later this evening, Councilwoman Bailey will recognize some of the women who work here in City Hall and throughout the city. March is a month that we also recognize a group of folks who work almost anonymously and aren't high profile in this building, and that's our procurement department. And if I can have all of our procurement folks who are here come up and join me. So these are the folks that we can thank for helping keep, the expenditure of public money on the up and up. And if we need to blame them for taking too long to getting something out, we can do that too. They've got broad shoulders. But again, typically the month of March nationally is National Procurement Month, so we have prepared a proclamation. Whereas public procurement professionals, key word here, professionals, play a crucial role in ensuring that taxpayer dollars are spent responsibly, transparently, and in a manner that promotes fairness, efficiency, and accountability in government operations. And whereas procurement professionals are responsible for acquiring the goods, services, and infrastructure necessary to support essential public services, including public safety, transportation, public works, and community development. And during times of economic uncertainty, supply chain disruption, doesn't that seem like it was a lifetime ago, supply chain disruption? And rapidly evolving technology, procurement professionals demonstrate leadership and innovation in identifying solutions that support continuity of government operations while maintaining fiscal responsibility. And whereas the month of March is recognized nationally as National Procurement Month, it's a time to acknowledge the dedication, professionalism, and expertise of our procurement officials who serve communities across the nation. And the City of Homestead joins in recognizing the invaluable contributions of its own procurement professionals who work diligently to ensure the city obtains the highest value for its residents while maintaining transparency, ethical conduct, and compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Now, therefore, I, Stephen Lossner, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of City Homestead, do hereby proclaim March 2026 as National Procurement Month in Homestead.
Just want to say thank you very much to the mayor and council and the manager's office. We are all very hardworking individuals, and we're proud to serve this community. So thank you very much.
Thank you all. But now if I could have our own Chief of Police, Mario Knapp, and Officer Daniel Cello join me. We have a very special presentation this evening in recognition of truly one of our many of Homestead's finest. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, council, and city manager, tonight I have the privilege of recognizing an act that represents the very best of this profession and the very best of your Homestead Police Department. On January 19th of this year, one of your police officers, Officer Daniel Sella, He has an uncle on another department that I used to work for, and he went by Daniel or Dominic Cella. So I don't know what the discrepancy is. But Officer Sella responded to what was dispatched as a possible suicide in progress. Now, if you know anything about police work, you know that you're not always confronted with what the call represents, at least or how it's dispatched. In this case, what he was encountered with was not just a call, it was a life literally hanging on a thread. As he approached, Officer Sella observed a young man hanging motionless inside of the residence. He was hanging himself off of a staircase. Without hesitation, and looking through the window, and without waiting and without backup, he very unselfishly made a decision to act. He shattered a front window, crawled through the window of the home, and physically intervened to save that boy's life. And when I say boy, I say that because I have a kid that's nearly that age, and watching the video was pretty graphic and very heart-wrenching. When he couldn't free the fabric by hand, he improvised, and he retrieved a tool. So if you look at the body-worn camera footage, you can see him trying to hold the young man's body up to release some of the tension from his neck. I can see how he was looking, and he was looking all over the house looking for a solution to be able to cut him down. And what he ended up doing was he ended up finding a nearby table, dragged the table under him, and tried to reposition this young man's body in a way to relieve some of the pressure and relieve some of the airway. And he did that quickly. And then quickly ran across and grabbed a butcher's block that had knives and scissors, grabbed the scissor, and started to cut him down. The victim had no meaningful signs of life at the time. Officer Sella made efforts to maintain an open airway and brought him back slowly. You can see his life slowly coming back to him. On that day, when that young man, who found himself in what we can only imagine or only categorize as a helpless situation that caused him to make a decision to end his life, Officer Sella, your Homestead police officer, and his actions caused this young man's life to continue. This is not routine police work. This is not courage, or I'm sorry, this is not routine police work. This was courage. This was decisiveness under pressure. And this was a refusal to stand by when seconds mattered. At your Homestead Police Department, we often talk about professionalism, compassion, and service above self. But every once in a while, an officer reminds us that, or what that truly looks like in real life. And that's what Officer Sella did. He didn't just respond to a call, he changed outcomes of not only a human life, but an outcome for an entire family. So on behalf of this city and this department, I want to present you not only with a commendation for your actions and this public recognition, but also the Homestead Police Department's Life-Saving Award. Congratulations. Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
I wasn't prepared for a speech, but I want to say thank you to the city and the department for giving me a chance to come work for this amazing department and giving me the opportunity to succeed in my life and career. Thank you again. Appreciate it, everybody.
Truly incredible and just really
inspiring. And I'm sure those scenarios repeat themselves every day almost throughout our city and this community. And as we sit here cool and comfortable this evening, it's a reminder that you never know what someone's going, the darkness that occurs in people's lives every day. And we were there to help bring back that light. So that concludes this presentation ceremony. We have some time before we need to convene the monthly council meeting. So if anyone would like to come and take some more family photos with the officer or some of the procurement folks, please feel free. But thank you all. Since we're all ready to go, we're going to pay attention to my watch that runs a little fast rather than the iPhone time and get things rolling here. I'd like to call the Wednesday, March 18th, 2026 council meeting to order. It is now 6 p.m. This evening, we'll have the invocation by Reverend Howard Harden, Senior Pastor of the First Baptist Church of Homestead, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance with the Homestead Police Explorers. Could you please rise? Thank you, Pastor Harden. Is he on? It's on the side there.
Let us pray. We thank you, O God, for who you are. You are almighty in power and perfect in wisdom, and yet your love for us is just as great. And we thank you because you give to us the freedoms that we enjoy. You bestow upon us the rights that we possess. In your wisdom, you created the governing authorities that are over us so that we might by them enjoy peace and prosperity in the land. And now, having received all of these things from you, we pray that you give us the grace to govern ourselves. We pray for our mayor and our vice mayor and our council, that you would give them wisdom and discernment in every decision that is made and help them to honor you even in the way those decisions are made. I pray that you would help us as citizens to be more patient and understanding with our elected leaders, and not only when we agree with them, but especially when we don't. And finally, God, we pray for all of our first responders. We lift up those who are charged with protecting us, those who are in harm's way, be it at home or abroad. Watch over them, O Lord. I pray these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you. Please look forward. Please join with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Left, face. Forward, march. Left, left. Left, right, left, right.
Thank you. Please be seated. Okay. So, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Councilwoman Konski? Here. Councilman Cannibal? Here. Councilwoman Avila? Here. Councilman Roth? Councilman Fletcher?
Here.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Here. Mayor Lawson?
Here. Thank you. We have a quorum. All right, this is the section of the agenda where I will call for public comments from folks first in the audience, first who have signed up, and second, those online. With respect to any matter, if you're here to speak on a land use item, a zoning, so to speak, you'll have the opportunity then, but any other issue, we'll open the floor now. The first individual who signed up is Reginald Joseph. You're still here? Not here yet. Okay. Ms. Hudak, you signed up, but we're going to get to your presentation in just a moment. All right. Is there anyone online wishing to make a public comment? Okay. So, last chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Public. Yes. Please come to the podium. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Honorable Mayor Steve Rosner, Vice Mayor Jennifer Bailey, esteemed members of the Homestead City Council, and distinguished guests. I feel privileged to attend tonight's meeting as the president of the Homestead Haitian Pastors Association. This organization unites churches of various denominations and represent a collective congregation of more than 2,000 members in our beloved city since 1997. It is both an honor and a profound responsibility to stand before you this evening on behalf of our pastors, congregations, and broader Haitian American community to express our deep appreciation and unwavering support for the city of Homestead's acknowledgement and celebration of Haitian Flag Day, Celebration Flag Day. Allow me first to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, Mayor Rosner, Vice Mayor Jennifer Bailey, and the entire City Council for your support, for your consistent dedication to inclusivity, cultural recognition, and civic unity. Your continued engagement with the Haitian community and your commitment to ensuring that all cultures are represented and respected within the city are noble examples of leadership responsive to the diverse fabric of our community. The celebration of Haitian Flag Day is not merely an act of cultural commemoration. It is a profound affirmation of freedom, resilience, and unity. The Haitian flag occupies a sacred place in our history. It stands as a global emblem of liberation, symbolizing the enduring triumph of justice and human dignity. It reminds us that Haiti was the first independent black republic in the world, born from the struggle against oppression and injustice. The values embodied in that flag, freedom, perseverance, and equality, resonate deeply with the ideals that define the American spirit and the mission of the city of Homestead. And Homestead Haitian Flag Day is more than a remembrance of history. It is a bridge connecting generations and communities. It allows our children and young people, many of whom were born and raised here, to celebrate their heritage proudly with recognizing their essential role within the broader American narrative. By commemorating this day, our city is not only celebrating Haitian culture, but also affirming its commitment to unity and diversity, civic inclusion, and mutual respect. Within the Homestead Haitian Pastors Association, we see this recognition as an opportunity to strengthen our partnership with the city through faith-based leadership, community service, and shared values. Our organization seeks to contribute positively to Homestead's social, cultural, and spiritual growth. We believe that the acknowledgement of Haitian Flag Day reflects the city's forward-thinking vision, one that invites every culture to share its story for the advancement of all. As we prepare for the upcoming Haitian Flag Day celebration, we are eager to continue working collaboratively with the city to ensure that this evening highlights the vibrancy of our community and fosters greater intercultural understanding. We envision a celebration that not only honors our history, but also promotes civic engagement, education, and fellowship among all Homestead residents. In closing, allow me once again to extend our sincere appreciation to you, Mayor Rosner, and to you, Vice Mayor, for all your dedication, and for each member of the council for voting and accepting this great event to take place. To the entire Homestead City Council, we thank you for creating an environment where every community feels seen, valued, and empowered to contribute to the collective good of our city. It is through the spirit of collaboration that Homestead continues to thrive, becoming a model of unity, respect, and cultural richness. May God bless each one of you, bless our great city, and bless the ongoing partnership between the city of Homestead and the Haitian community, specifically the Pastors Association. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Is there anyone else in the audience Is there anyone online? All right, we will now close the public comment section of the agenda. If there are no objections, I'd like to jump to tab 17 regarding the FIFA presentation. Mr. Manager, while Ms. Hudak is coming forward, do you want to tee this up for us?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, council, and members of the public. This item is being put together by the city administration in collaboration with Councilman Sean Fletcher. We've done some preliminary homework in terms of local activation of the city of Homestead in collaboration with the FIFA World Cup 2026 local organizing committee headed by Ms. Alina Hudak. Alina is someone who is very special. For those who don't know her, she is the first and only county manager for Miami-Dade County, female county manager for Miami-Dade County, previously city manager of city of Miami Beach, and now leading one of the elite groups that is going to oversee the successful hosting of FIFA World Cup in the local South Florida area. FIFA World Cup 2026 is going to be hosted in 16 locations across North America, Mexico, United States, and Canada. Alina is a leader of all seasons. She comes well prepared to lead us in the conversation this evening. The city intends to roll out a robust local activation that will be thrilling and exciting for not just city residents, but all the entire deep Miami-Dade. Before we get into the details of what the city intends to roll out, I would like Alina Hudak to lead us in her presentation. She has a brief, I believe, 2 or 3 minutes video, as well as she's going to be speaking as well on the final details. Then I will invite Councilman Sean Fletcher with his opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Welcome to Homestead and welcome to our City Hall.
Thank you. Thank you,
Good to
Mr.
have you
Mayor and honorable councilwomen and men and Mr. Manager. It's an honor to be here tonight. And I want to just commend you because in my 42 years of public service, I don't think I've ever been in such a beautiful City Hall and council chamber. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Mr. Manager, for your kind words. We've been peers and colleagues for many years. And again, I'm here at your invitation and really looking forward to participating and collaborating and looking for ways that, we can bring the World Cup to Homestead and obviously to the southern part of our county that we all love so much. A little bit about who we are and what we're charged with. We are the Miami Host Committee. We operate under the FIFA regulatory umbrella and framework because of the contractual relationship that was executed probably 4 years ago when the World Cup bid was accepted by our community. That bid was led by Miami-Dade County as a regional government on behalf of the community, together with the Miami Visitors and Convention Bureau and other local and elected leadership. What that means is that the host committee is a private nonprofit created here locally. Many people think we are FIFA because we are branded under that, again, regulatory framework. But we are a separate entity. We're actually housed and have been housed in Coral Gables and pro bono space. Everything we do, we partner with the community and with our board members. And our offices are actually across the street. FIFA, the organization, is headquartered. The World Cup operations is actually headquartered in Miami, in Coral Gables. Originally, they started with about 400 to 500 employees. They're growing very quickly in preparation for the implementation of the World Cup, and right now they have over 1,000 employees housed here in South Florida. There are 16 host cities in the North American continent. It is a brand new business model that FIFA is implementing. Miami is one of 11 host cities in the United States, and it is the largest World Cup in the history of the World Cup. As a host city, we are charged with making sure that we are prepared to host the World Cup and the 7 matches that are happening here. We are responsible for raising all the funds related to the operational requirements. Those operational requirements include everything from public safety to transportation to fan activations to a fan festival, which we are proud to be able to host in downtown Miami through a partnership with the city of Miami. We have received not only financial support, but in-kind support from 3 government obviously agencies, Miami, Miami Beach, and Miami-Dade County. And through those public relationships, we have been able to establish the core of what it is that we have to implement. We're in the process actually and have been together with our partners throughout the country very active in accessing federal funding, which just today, actually the grant award was finalized and we were notified of that grant award to be able to reimburse the public safety agencies that will be supporting the 7 matches at the stadium. So all good news for us today. We are working with commercial partners, and again, we are limited in our commercial partnerships as part of the regulatory framework. FIFA has their traditional partners that many of you know all too well, companies like Adidas, companies like Visa, companies like McDonald's, Home Depot are the official commercial partners of FIFA. What that means to a local host committee like ourselves is that we are not actually allowed to pursue any partners that are competitors in that industry. So every host committee has a very local market of opportunity for purposes of private fundraising, and we are proud to partner. Our first supporter was Royal Caribbean, and we are in the process of actually finalizing several of those types of commercial partnerships. So I tell you all of that as a frame of reference for the operating environment that I'm charged with operating under. I have a very small staff made up of about 20 people. We're probably one deep in every type of professional category. We have a CFO that doubles as the HR director, the procurement director, the chief administrative officer. We have a chief operating officer. Many of us are former public safety people. We have a retired police chief. We have several public safety professionals on our team, as well as another former city manager. Again, all of us doing all that we can to make sure that the Miami is prepared to host the World Cup. 7 matches. You will be proud and happy to know that the match happening in Miami on June 27th, Portugal and Colombia, is the single most sought-after ticket in the world. More sought after than the kickoff in Mexico or the final in New York. We have another match, Brazil and Scotland, also probably top 5. It's probably top 10 right now, sought after tickets. So what we know is that Miami, while we're not hosting the opener or the final, is a very popular destination and a place where people want to come to be involved in our matches. The Fan Festival, as I described to you, will be 23 days in Bayfront Park. We made a very conscious decision to kick off our Fan Festival on the front end of the tournament and have a continuous Fan Festival. Every city, again, is operating under different parameters. Some cities have chosen to have dark days and activate during very specific matches. We chose, again, as an opportunity not only for our residents but for our visiting public to be able to have as much activation as possible. At the beginning part of the tournament, you have the most viewing opportunities because the matches happen 3-4 times a day. And so we want to make sure that we offer our residents and the visiting public as much opportunity. So we will be operating our FanFest from June 13th through July 5th. And following that period, we're working on collaborations such as hopefully what will be the outcome of our conversation tonight, not only with regions and with cities, but we will be hosting different viewing opportunities post-FanFest to be able to bring the World Cup to different sections of the community. We have, as part of our mission, not required in our contractual relationship, but as part of our mission, a very real interest in bringing soccer to communities that haven't had the exposure, and we believe very much in the passion for the game in South Florida. And so we're working together with the County Commission. Again, the County Commission was our most significant funder, and we're rolling out, we started 2 weeks ago, and we're rolling out a community clinics program that will roll out to 16 different jurisdictions and areas and districts throughout the county. This Friday, we're doing one at Oak Grove Park, and through Commissioner McGee, we're working with the city as well to roll one out in Homestead. And these are clinics, opportunities for the youth to come and participate in a clinic, but also soccer education. Together with the day, we bring services to that day. And so, again, something that we're very committed to, a legacy program that doesn't just speak to infrastructure, because infrastructure, you need a commercial partner to be able to do infrastructure improvements, but we wanted very much before the World Cup to be able to bring those types of opportunities to the community. Because the logos that you see in all of your scarves are tied to the intellectual property that FIFA owns, we've tried to be creative in creating a campaign that we will be able to use without the restrictions that the commercial brand has. And so we've created a campaign that we just started to roll out this weekend that we call One Game, One Passion. And before I conclude my comments, I'm going to close out hopefully with a one-minute reel that we just rolled out this weekend to really just highlight for you what we believe is the passion of the game that exists here in South Florida and the spirit that we hope that, we can see in the collaborations with cities like Homestead and throughout not only Miami-Dade County, but Broward as well. I will be actually participating and speaking to Broward next week and Palm Beach County. Teams will be all over the South Florida region. There's actually a base camp that's going to be headquartered in Tampa. There'll be base camps in Palm Beach. The team hotels will be in different destinations. So the World Cup will be all over the state of Florida, and we're very excited and grateful to all of you for the opportunity to be here. If we could roll that video, and I'm happy to stay for any questions that you may have.
Before everything begins, before the first whistle, time slows down. Because in that moment, everything else fades away. In Miami, football's not just played, it's carried. From homes we left, from families we missed, and from dreams that brought us here. Every match is a way back. Every goal is a memory. And every whistle makes us one. It's not just a game. It's to remember who we are and who we become when we stand together. The truth is, the world can feel divided, but this game reminds us that we are one. One game, one passion.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Ms. Hudak, for that presentation. Let me start by saying I played soccer or football when I was a youth, and like the young man doing the backflip, trying to kick the ball in the goal, I tried that many times. Was never quite successful at it, but I tried. But I enjoyed growing up in the soccer world up until about 12, and then I decided golf was a better fit for me. But always a fan. Brazil is probably my favorite team because I was always a Pele fan. Sorry, that's who I'm going to be voting for. But some of the ideas that we kind of came up with, and I was just doing some talking around the table with the assistant city manager and the city manager. So Vice Chair McGee with the County Commission has reached out to the city to host a youth soccer clinic on May 30th. So we need to try and work with them to try and emphasize the importance of that and make that come to fruition. And also looking at the city of Homestead hosting a fan zone experience as part of our July 4th celebration. And then something downtown in the Losner area, maybe between July 9th through the 19th, with a big activation on the last day where we can maybe look at closing down Chrome Avenue and creating a big environment for that celebration, basically. This gives us a regional leadership opportunity with the city, and it helps us play a leadership role in organizing the entire South Dade participation in activities surrounding the 2026 FIFA World Cup. As Ms. Hudak stated, there will be 7 matches that will occur at the Hard Rock Stadium, and our goal should be to ensure that our communities are actively engaged in the regional celebration. As part of that celebration, We would like to position the city of Homestead as a regional hub for our World Cup fan engagement that includes neighboring municipalities throughout South Dade. So not just Homestead, Florida City, but we want to reach all the way up into South Miami and create a great event for the whole South area. One of the things that I recommend that we do is a letter from the City of Homestead City Manager to the South Dade City Managers, encouraging the collaboration. Request that the mayor also reach out through the South Dade Mayor's Council to explore a regional initiative. Look to explore opportunities and partner with the Homestead Miami Speedway as a potential host location for large-scale fan activations and watch parties during the tournament. Again, we have to look at how we do that with the overall FIFA sponsorship, but we'll work through those details as we get closer to it. Also look to engage the additional professional sports teams here in South Florida. Including appearances from team mascots like the Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and Miami Marlins. You kind of engage everybody and get them all included during this big event. Also looking to do an entertainment and media activation during this time, maybe sponsorship or media partnership with SiriusXM or local DJ MDOT to help energize our fans here in South Dade. Another part that we discussed was looking at local universities to engage them to support programming, volunteers, and cultural activations to include University of Miami, Florida International, Miami-Dade College, St. Thomas, Berry, all the locals. And ultimately, this is going to be a tremendous community impact for South Dade, and will capitalize the global attention surrounding the World Cup. And, being with the recent approval of our soon-to-be football stadium for Miami FC, this is just a tremendous kickoff to get us ready for that in the future. And again, these are just all suggestions, hoping to look at the council for looking at different funding opportunities that we might be able to do to help make this become a reality for South Dade and Homestead. Because the future is here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Manager, anything to add?
Yeah, I think if time permits, let me ask the Deputy City Manager to walk us through a quick, high-level timeline and some of the exciting opportunities we want to roll out in South Dade.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councilman Fletcher. At a very high level, I will provide the game plan, pun on word, game plan, in 3 prongs. As Councilman Fletcher referenced, the city has received a request from Vice Chair McGee to facilitate a youth soccer clinic. The thought is that we would utilize, should council approve it, we would utilize that opportunity as the official kickoff. In speaking with Mrs. Hudak yesterday, that would be an official FIFA Miami team event. So they would bring all of the activations. From a coordination perspective with the city, we would need to work with SPH, the Sports Performance Hub. They have identified Homestead Regional Park as the ideal location. So we would need to look to them to get the green light for that activation to take place. The second part of the game plan would look at, and this piece requires some fine-tuning, having learned about the stringent regulations surrounding FIFA on how we engage the commercial business side. So the initial plan was to look to our restaurants regionally and engage them with a partnership. I think we are at the direction of the manager, with consultation from Mrs. Hudak and her team. We're going to look at right-sizing that, primarily because the city would not want to be in a situation where we partner with a restaurant and they don't follow the FIFA rules, and then there is exposure to the city, right? So there is some right sizing that needs to be considered in that regard. So that's part 2. On July 4th, we know it's going to be a race to the fourth event. We are looking to merge, there is a game on July 4th, so we are looking to create a fan experience as a part of our July 4th celebration. So we know that the big picture is America 250, the patriotic celebration. However, we intend, or the game plan is that we would do a smaller activation that persons can experience and watch the game should they want to. And then we would round out the season or the celebration. So from July 9th through 19th, that would constitute the official, I would say, fan experience in downtown Homestead, or as Councilman Fletcher said, if the council decides to take a more regional approach, we could certainly look to another site location that would facilitate a larger gathering for South Dade. So that is direction that we would look for council to opine on. And then if we decide that Losner Park is the location that we gain consensus on the World Cup game, yes, it will not be here in South Florida, but the recommendation would be that we close down Chrome, we invite the food trucks, and just truly have an outdoor watch party where we're celebrating the entire experience and the journey of the World Cup. Again, for purposes, as we've gotten guidance from the FIFA World Cup Miami team, we will stay away from FIFA references, World Cup references. We will align our marketing engagement plan with the one game, one passion sub-brand, right? So that is that. So following this discussion, if we gain consensus to continue planning, you will see a shift where we will no longer reference it as FIFA or World Cup. We will go with the, I think the manager says 2026 big soccer game, AKA the one game, one passion marketing model. So that is what you will hear and see if council gives direction to proceed. So that's at a very high level the plan, and we look forward to any additional guidance or questions that we may answer.
Thank you, Deputy Manager. Council, any initial questions or comments? Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mayor. This is very exciting. I did have a question for clarification. The CAR report says June 11th to July 19th, or are we considering July 9th, like Councilman said?
The entire fan experience will be June 11th, because that is the beginning of the big soccer game season, through July 19th, which is I have to say this one, the World Cup game, right? It's the end. So that is why we have captured the entire period. The downtown, or what we are calling downtown Homestead piece of it, where the city would activate, would be from July 9th through the 19th. Having learned about the fan experience that will happen in Bayfront Park that will run until July 5th, I think it's a good complement to what the Miami host team is planning.
Thank you. And with regards to the budget that we have here, the fan zone of $30,000, is there an opportunity for us to reach out to the South Dade Chamber of Commerce and invite them to participate in setting up in the fan zone?
So that preliminary budget that you have outlined, Councilwoman, does also look to us identifying sponsors. So yes, we would have to reach out to the anchor employers to make it happen.
Would there be a restriction on which businesses, due to the commercial conflict, or with the different branding approach, we wouldn't have an issue?
We would have to. We would want to take guidance from the host committee.
So before Alina steps to the podium, we asked her for a special favor, and she agreed yesterday. Once we finalize a plan, run it by each council member. We'll run it by her office for legal sufficiency guidance. They do have the licensing from FIFA. We don't want to expose the city. And of course, with the advice of City Attorney's Office, we'll reach out to Adelina's office to provide us guidance. What is doable, the do's and don'ts. And she graciously accepted to guide us.
And again, thank you. When we had this discussion, it was before we had actually had the meeting with the folks from the Miami team. Again, this is big picture idea, to try and put a face on Homestead and South Dade with the assistance that we can with the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want me to address? Yeah, okay. Well, and thank you all for your leadership, which is amazing. I wish I had, 34 of you. The public viewing guidelines are tricky because they're defined by FIFA in different categories. There's public viewing over a certain number of spectators. There's a public viewing below that, and then there's commercial when there's a cost associated with attending the actual viewing. The rights are tied to the two broadcast partners, Fox and Telemundo, and again, the process requires a licensing fee. And I've committed to Mr. Manager, that we would be your partner in that, and we would actually perhaps even access the feed on your behalf to keep the costs down. But with that comes all of the restrictions that are associated with the commercial partners. Now, again, I don't see where that would impact your very local businesses and your local restaurants. And certainly, I think that, obviously there's lots of opportunity at a micro local level to be able to raise the kind of money that you would have to raise to do something like this.
Thank you. And those questions are important to me because I would really like the opportunity to help with spreading the news on the opportunity to try to offset the cost. It is a large sum of money for us to invest. And if there's also ways we can bring in tourism funds, do we have an account under our tourism committee that we could also use towards this?
Yeah, we do have some tourism funding. I think there's 10,000 in that. And look, I think the 30,000 number that's just kind of shot in the dark. I think it could be much more than that, depending on where we want to go with this. Again, this is just an overall big idea. Let's figure out what the details need to be, but this was trying to gain some consensus among each of us so we could move forward for a big event. That's all. And if we're able to do it, I think it's going to be extremely exciting for the city of Homestead. Thank you.
I agree. I think, is the Losner Park the ideal location that you have in mind, or did you also consider if it's even available, the racetrack?
So we looked at two different things, initially was, of course, the event with Chairman McGee, the kickoff on May 30th, but July 4th being a big expansion of that to include our neighboring cities, and then ultimately it would be to activate downtown, but if it's bigger than what we think, then we have to look at other venues. And I think, again, we're at the baby steps portion of this, where we're not even crawling yet. We're right there, but we have a little homework to do over the next couple of weeks to get this thing moving.
Will this be coming back to us for another decision, or I think is it
Actually,
the direction to give you guys our...
You give us direction today to move on with the planning stage of this. Once the budget and the plan is finalized, vetted by the respective stakeholders, we will come back to council for approval of the final budget. In the interim, we'll be reaching out to all the specific stakeholders, SPH, Baptist Hospital, BJ's, and the rest, for funding and sponsorship in terms of money. And there is a reason why we want to concentrate on Losner Park. We don't know yet how the weather condition is going to be towards that date. So it gives us a two-step approach. You can have an indoor activation in Seminole Theater as well as outdoors. So the elderly folks and young kids that need sitting areas can stay inside the Seminole Theater, and the rest can be outdoors. That's the only attraction I see.
Well, overall, I think it's a great opportunity to shine the light on the city of Homestead and to incorporate the businesses to participate, and I'd be looking forward to supporting the item. Thank you.
Councilman Cannonball?
Yes. This time I will talk. Okay. This is the biggest party in the world. Okay. It's a privilege having the hosting committee over here. And yes, I will be gladly to approve this. And Fletcher, Pelé was my hometown. That guy was something else. And Brazil was my team when I was a kid. So I'm with you with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. Definitely very excited about this. We need to start practicing and talking the talk from here on out. It is football, it is not soccer, okay? So let's get that piece right. But just one little thing to consider. I love the idea of Losner Park and being able to incorporate the Seminole Theater. I'm sure there will be other opportunities to host something in larger areas, but to be able to activate the downtown and just bring all different cultures together. That's one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit in the Haitian Heritage event. Is football is one thing; it's a universal language. So very excited about that. We talked about it a little before when this first came up as a discussion 4 years ago. I believe it was AYSO who was looking for some funding. And we got creative and tried to help some of the local businesses decorate. Minimal effort, minimal dollars. But let's say it's two different countries playing that day. We could set up these local businesses that were interested in hosting somewhat of a watch party, obviously with the regular TVs they have there, but to make it fun and to draw attention to these businesses is also a very big piece. It might be on the smaller scale for us, but a big difference in helping to put them on the map. So something for consideration, and can't wait. But it's Netherlands that will be victorious this time around.
Thank you. Anyone else? I think in short, we're being asked tonight to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to go to, beyond the very first baby step of let's gel these plans, try to put some real numbers to it, and go forward. Oh, do we have a council consensus to allow the manager and his staff to go forward with putting this together? Come back. That's what you need. Again, thank you for coming down. It's exciting times for South Florida on many different levels. All right. So I want to jump now with, if there's no objection, to go ahead and cover tabs 12, 13, 14, and 15, which deal with our insurance renewals. I believe a representative from Brown & Brown is here. I don't want to hold them up too long tonight for the rest of the agenda. So let's start with tab 13, tab 12.
So, Mayor and Council, tab 12 is a resolution to authorize the purchase of property insurance for city-owned non-power plant properties, excluding City Hall, the police station, and Cyberarium. Thanks to the very excellent work that has been done by Brown & Brown, we're getting a 3.76% reduction in the premium.
Very good. Mr. White, want to read the resolution, please?
Yes, tab 12 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, waiving competitive bidding requirement for a city-owned property insurance contract, excluding City Hall, police station, Cyberarium, and power plant and substations, with National Fire and Marine Insurance Company, Lloyd's of London, Endurance American Specialty Company, Evanston Insurance Company, and Landmark American Insurance Company, in accordance with City Code Section 2-411, subparagraph E, exemptions from competitive bidding, authorizing the transaction and providing for an effective date.
Hey, let's go ahead and read 13, 14, and 15, and we'll have the global discussion and individual votes.
Sure. Tab 13 is a resolution of the City.
Hang on, James. There is a substitution for tab 13 that was shared this afternoon. The money's changed. So instead of a 10% reduction, we're getting a 19.6% reduction, almost twice as much reduction.
Very good.
Right. That's the only minor change.
Right. But there's no change in the title of the resolution.
No change in the title, yeah.
So tab 13, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, waiving competitive bidding requirement for city-owned property insurance contract for the police station located at 45 Northwest 1st Avenue, City Hall located at 100 Northeast Civic Court, and the Cyberarium located at 80 West Maury Drive, through the Arrowhead General Insurance Agency as program manager for Princeton Excess and Surplus Lines Insurance Company, General Security Indemnity Company of Arizona, Steadfast Insurance Company, Transverse Specialty Insurance Company, Accredited Specialty Insurance Company, QBE Specialty Insurance Company, in accordance with City Code Section 2-411E, exemptions from competitive bidding, authorizing transaction, providing for an effective date. Tab 14 is a resolution of City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, waiving competitive bidding requirement for power plant and substation insurance contract with Star Surplus Lines Insurance Company and with Chubb Insurance in accordance with City Code Section 2-411E, exemptions from competitive bidding, authorizing transaction, providing for an effective date. And finally, tab 15 is a resolution of City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, waiving competitive bidding requirement for terrorism insurance contract with Hiscox written through Lloyd's of London in accordance with City Code Section 2-411E, exemptions from competitive bidding, authorizing transaction, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Manager, anything to add? It sounds like we did very well this year on premium reductions.
Excellent. We want to give special thanks to Brown & Brown. Up until late yesterday afternoon, they were still working on these items, which made us receive an additional double reduction in the premium for the City Hall coverage. Initially, it was a 10% reduction in premium. As of this afternoon, it had gone up to 19.6% reduction in the premium. Thank you, Brown & Brown.
Very good. And
Mayor, can I
yes,
chime in real quick? So going back to tab 13 with the reductions, I have two different cover sheets. One says it's a decrease of 10%, and one says a decrease of 25.7%. You're saying it's 19%.
I don't know what, Councilman, I don't know what you have in front of you. What I have here is originally for TAP, was originally 10%.
I have that one.
So this afternoon, Brown & Brown came back. You want to speak to that?
So I think the confusion is that the total decrease is 25.7, but the number that you're seeing, Councilman Roth, is the 19 is on top of the original 10. So the original was the original decrease was about 10%, and then Brown & Brown went back and got an additional 19 and change.
That'll be 29. I'm getting confused.
let's have our insurance lady explain.
Councilman Roth, do you have, there was revised information for tab 13 that was handed out.
Yeah, we've got that. It says 25.7 in the revised narrative.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
Michelle Wilson with Brown & Brown. Usually there's an older gentleman up here, so new face. Very good question. So the 25.7% is your reduction from last year's premium, from 2025. What city manager was saying was we originally came in 10% decrease from 2025. And I'm sorry, 10% decrease from 2025. And we came in now with a 25.7% from 2025. The 20% is from the first premium that we originally gave you for 2026. So for 2026, our original premium was $218,000. So that would have been $218,000 from the $240,000 from last year. Now we're coming in at $178,000. I'm not sure what summary you guys have in front of you.
So where's the 19% come in at? What is that? 'Cause
So
you
the
mentioned
19%
right?
is from the original quote that we provided, which was 218%.
218,000.
I'm sorry, 218,000. That was our original quote.
Okay, so we're going to enjoy the 25.7% decrease in premium.
You got
the
it.
19% doesn't mean anything to us anymore, and the original 10% doesn't mean anything to us anymore.
Correct. From 2025 to 2026, you're seeing a 25.7% decrease.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the explanation, and thank you for working that hard for us. We
That
appreciate it.
amen.
Yeah, once
I
we
just
got
have
more
different stuff in front
competitors
of me,
into
and
the
I'm
game, they definitely stepped up.
Good, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's all, Mayor.
And of course, thank you. And one caveat, in speaking this afternoon to that unnamed older gentleman, We did recognize there is the potential for an increase on the cap of our sovereign immunity, which could impact some of our liability in the future.
Right, in the
We'll have
future.
to make those decisions later.
You got it.
All right, thank you. So, all right, we
Thank
have
you.
on tab 12, we have a motion by Vice Mayor Bailey, second by Councilman Cannaball. There's nothing further. Let's have a roll call vote on tab 12.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Cannaball?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
So I need a motion to approve tab 13 for the purchase of that coverage. Moved by Councilman Roth, second by Councilman Cannaball. Let's have a roll call.
Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannaball?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And can I have a motion for tab 14? Moved by Councilman Roth, second by Vice Mayor Bailey. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Cannaball? Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And finally, tab 15, moved by Councilman Roth, second by Councilman Cannaball. So roll call, please, Madam Clerk. Tab 15.
Councilwoman Avila? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannaball? Yes. Councilman Roth? Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Glad we were able to get you out of here in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, we will go back to agenda item 4, which are additions, deletions, or deferrals. Mr. Manager, do you have any?
Mr. Mayor and Council, there's only one substitution. I believe it's for tab number 19 for the senior prom. I think it's been distributed already.
I believe it's been inserted into our agenda packet. It was mine earlier. Mr. White, last month we had deferred the potential accessory dwelling use ordinance until tonight. It seems that there's no reason to deal with that based on legislative action at this point. Can we defer it indefinitely until such time as we feel it needs to be readdressed?
You could certainly, but you're correct in that the pending legislation that was being discussed in Tallahassee
Did not go forward.
did not go forward.
Right.
So,
But it could next session.
Could next session. So we could just keep the ordinance in abeyance, and until such time as you all direct otherwise, we can bring it forward.
So do we need to take any formal action tonight?
I think you can just defer it, not to a date certain, and we can
Okay.
just re-advertise it.
All right, moved by Councilwoman Avila, second by Councilman Fletcher. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that takes us then to, thank you, Mr. White. That takes us to the consent agenda, tabs 1A, B, and C. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? It's been moved. Do I have a second? Any questions or comments? All in favor? That takes us to tab 6, item 6, Mr. White.
Yes, tab 6 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, adopting and authorizing the submission of amended 2020-2021 Annual Action Plan, United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for approval, reallocating CDBG CV funds.
No,
providing-
tab 6, item 6, the legislative. Tab 2.
Sorry. It's the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 16, Local Business Taxes and Business Regulations, Article 2, Local Business Tax Receipts, Section 1640, Schedule of Local Business Taxes, by adopting the North American Industry Classification System Manual to replace the Standard Industrial Classification System as a standard by which all business occupations and professions subject to a local business tax shall be classified, repealing and replacing related provisions to reflect the adoption of the NAICS manual, providing for severability, inclusion in the code, conflicts, and providing for an effective date. This is second and final reading.
Thank you. Second reading. Any questions or comments from council? Is there anyone wishing to speak on this item? Is there anyone online? All right, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion to approve on second reading. Moved by Cannaball, second by
Fletcher. Councilman Fletcher. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Avila, Councilwoman Konski, Councilman Roth, Councilman Fletcher,
Yes.
Councilman Cannonball, Vice Mayor Bailey, Mayor Losner.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Moving on to tab 3, second reading.
Tab 3 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 30 zoning, Article 4, Supplemental District Regulations, Division 1 generally, to create Section 30-4052 entitled Frontage Definition for addressing purposes, establishing standards for determining official property addressing for interior lots, corner lots, vacant parcels, commercial and mixed-use properties, and double frontage lots, providing for severability, inclusion in the code, conflicts, and providing for an effective date. This is second and final reading.
Thank you, Mr. White. Are there any questions or comments from council on this item? So let me open the floor for public comment. Okay, I'll close the public hearing. Ask for a motion to approve. Moved by Councilman Roth, second by Councilwoman Avila. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk, on tab 3.
Councilman Fletcher, Councilwoman Konski, Councilwoman Avila, Councilman Cannonball, Councilman Roth, Vice Mayor Bailey, Mayor Losner.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Moving on to tab 4.
Yes, tab 4 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the budget for the Stormwater Utility Fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025 and ending September 30, 2026 by increasing the total budgeted revenues and expenditures by $2 million, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. This is second and final reading.
Any objection to waiving the staff report? Didn't think so. Do we have a motion to approve tab 4? Moved by Councilman Fletcher, second by Councilman Cannonball. And I already had reasonable opportunity to be heard, so we don't need to open the public hearing. We did that at the front of the meeting. So let's have a roll call.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Tab 5.
Tab 5 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending Chapter 19 of the City Code by creating Article 7 entitled Squatters by adding definitions, providing for methods of enforcement, referencing Sections 82.036 and 82.037 Florida statutes, and requiring information to be submitted to the city for enforcement against violations, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date. This is second and final reading.
Thank you, sir. Moved by Councilman Cannonball. We have a second. No objection to the reading of the staff report. So let's have a roll call on tab 5.
Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Tab 6.
Tab 6 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, adopting and authorizing the submission of amended 2020-21 Annual Action Plan to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for approval, reallocating CBDG funds, providing for implementation, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Any objection to waiving the staff report? Moved by Councilwoman Avila. You have a second. Second by Councilman Cannonball. Any further question or comments from council?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I think there is a minor amendment the administration would like to propose. It references in the scope of work that the eligible funds are to be for replacement of restroom doors at James Archer Smith Park and Whitcock Park, and other eligible city park restroom facilities. We want to strike the word restrooms and leave it just park facilities.
Is that acceptable to the maker of the motion? In a second? Okay. Yes, thank you, Mr. Manager. I got more encompassing. Yes,
So
Vice
just
Mayor?
for clarification, if bathroom doors will be installed before you move to another park and fix other doors, those restrooms should be painted first.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. So we're covered there. Did we have a motion in a second on this one? I think we did. Okay, so let's have a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Now it takes us to tab 7, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Tab
Mr.
7.
White?
Tab 7 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the award of a contract to H&R Paving, Inc. and National Traffic Solutions, Inc. for ITB number 202602 street resurfacing, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Much needed. Any questions or comments from council? This one? We have a motion moved by the Vice Mayor, second by Councilman Cannonball. There's nothing further from council. I'll ask for a roll call vote on tab 7.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And moving on to tab 8, and describe that piece of equipment 3 times quickly.
Tab 8 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the award of ITB number 202612, purchase of sequencing batch reactor decanters for the wastewater treatment facility to Flodyne Corp. In the amount of $434,800, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve this item? Moved by Councilman Fletcher, second by Councilman Cannonball. Any questions or comments from council on item 8? None appearing. I will ask for a roll call vote on tab 8, please.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannonball?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Moving on to tab 9 regarding recycling services.
Yes, tab 9 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the ranking of the evaluation committee of proposers to RFP 202609 recycling services, authorizing the city manager to negotiate and enter into an agreement with the top-ranked firm, Waste Management, Inc., Florida. Such agreement shall be subject to approval as to form and legal sufficiency by the city attorney, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion on this item? Moved by Vice Mayor Bailey, second by Councilman Fletcher. Any questions or comments on this item regarding recycling services? Seeing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carried.
And tab 10, from the wastewater plant to the power plant.
Tab 10 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving amendment to the existing purchase power agreement between the City of Homestead and Florida Power and Light Company, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion on this item? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Councilman Cannonball. Any questions or comments on this item to renew a purchase power agreement, Florida Power and Light? Seeing none, then I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Councilman Cannonball? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carried.
And moving on to tab 11.
Tab 11 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing and approving the execution of the third amended and restated interlocal agreement between Miami-Dade County and the city for the use of the county solid waste management system, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, sir. Do we have a motion on this item? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, second by Councilman Roth. Anything further from council? None up here? So now I'm hearing things and it's not even 7:30. Okay. All right, so let the record reflect that the second was by Councilman Cannonball on tab 11, and we'll have a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Cannonball? Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Konski? Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And we've been through 12, 13, 14, and 15, so that takes us to tab 16.
Yes, tab 16 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing a first amendment with Tyler Technologies, Inc. for software as service and associated professional services for existing services and including a new Recreation Dynamics exempting the procurement from competitive bidding in accordance with Section 2-411.12b of the City Code, authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents and to approve a price adjustment of up to 10%, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion on this item? Moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Councilman Fletcher. Any questions or comments with respect to tab 16 from council? Hearing none, let's have a roll call vote.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Fletcher.
Yes.
Councilman Cannibal. Councilwoman Konsky. Vice Mayor Bailey. Mayor Losner.
Yes.
The motion carries.
And we've covered tab 17. So we're moving on. Mr. Manager, what business do you have for us? You put it less close to the end so I don't cut you off. All right, next item, business from the city manager. It's on my cheat sheet.
Oh, I think we have tab 18. Right?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. Kick us off.
So on April 1st, we have the Miami-Dade County property appraisal coming back to Homestead. We reached out to the office to see if the office can come back and help our residents in anticipation of filing their tax returns to ensure that people don't make mistakes of not picking up the deductions and the eligible tax benefits that are entitled to. So the county property appraisal is coming on April 1st at Dickinson Community Center with the entire staff. If you need to file for homestead exemption or OH-related benefits, you'll be able to do it on site. You don't have to go to downtown Miami or go online. They will be on staff here at Dickinson Center from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. that day.
What was that date?
April 1st.
April 1st.
Yeah. So it's going to be approximately 2 weeks before filing.
And that's no joke.
Wait. So I think it's something that we want to socialize to all the city residents, businesses, and anyone that owns property in the city. This is an opportunity to come back, cross all your T's, dot your I's, make sure you're not leaving any money on the table. It's going to be, if you want us to schedule you at a specific time, please also let us know before that date. I want to use this opportunity to also thank Ms. Alina Hudak and Councilman Sean Fletcher for the support they have provided in crafting a plan for the city's local activation at the World Cup. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Mr. Attorney, do we need to call for any executive sessions?
I have nothing
Anything
this
further?
evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Fletcher?
Nothing additional. A happy Ides of March, and look forward to next council business. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Councilwoman Konsky? Okay. It's early. If you change your mind, we can come back. Councilman Roth? Very good. Steamrolling to 7:30. Councilman Cannibal? Very good. Okay, Councilwoman Avila.
Thank you, Mayor. There's an item under tab 18 for smoke.
So let's have the attorney go ahead and read that in.
Smoke-free parks. Thank you.
Tab 18, an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida. It's first reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City of Homestead Code of Ordinances by creating Article 6, Smoke-Free Parks of Chapter 20, Parks and Recreation, to prohibit smoking and vaping in city parks, subject to applicable state law limitations, providing for related definitions, prohibition, signage, and enforcement, providing for codification, providing for conflict, severability, and providing for an effective date. This is first reading.
Thank you. So I was surprised to find out that our code didn't have anything specific for this. I appreciate the city manager bringing the request to our attention from the organization, was it the health department? So this basically codifies our current administrative approach, which is with the signage, et cetera, and but it does also set in place a fines that could be issued for those who are not compliant. But interestingly, cigars are okay, apparently, under the law. So, you know, dominoes and cigars are okay in the park, unfortunately, but no vaping, no cigarettes, no other stuff.
As it should be.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, any
Mayor.
questions or comments? Yes, Vice Mayor Bailey?
Just one comment. Definitely, obviously agree with this. But I've had a few concerns brought up the last couple months, especially in front of the PAL. Once in a blue moon, I'm walking through Losner Park and I'll smell something, but specifically in front of the PAL, a couple of the families with the after-school program, there's a group that has been hanging out in the smaller playground often. So if we can please make sure that we have units there doing regular stops, that would be great.
Will do.
Thank you.
And Mayor, if I may add,
Yes.
if I can also just get some clarification, will this resolution give the staff the ability to redo and create fresh signage so that it's large and noticeable and in more places than we currently have?
That's correct.
Just real quick, I thought I heard James say Article 6, and it says Article 7.
I'm
Just for
sorry.
the record.
Yes, you're correct. I misspoke.
Just so so it's clear on the record, it's Article 6, not Article 7.
Very good.
6 allows it.
6 allows it, 7 doesn't.
Creating Article 6.
But we're creating Article 7, right?
Creating Article 7.
There you go. Thank you.
Right, and, just to the councilwoman's point about signage, as we begin to implement our branding and do consistent signage throughout our system, that would be a really good opportunity to prominently display smoke-free park, whatever the language needs to be, at an entrance, incorporate it into our new style signage. Okay, so would you like to move that, Councilwoman? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Vice Mayor Bailey. Councilman Fletcher.
Just a quick question. Many of our parks have multiple entrances, so this could become quite extensive and expensive. Harris Field, JD Red, multiple entrances.
It's all about placement.
Yeah. Okay, just keep that in mind. Thanks.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Let's have a roll call.
Councilwoman Konski? Councilman Cannibal? Councilman Roth? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carried.
Thank you. Mr. White, tab 19, please.
Yes, tab 19 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, establishing a senior prom for senior residents. Oh, I'm sorry, reading the wrong. The substitution is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, co-sponsoring a senior prom with the Office of Miami-Dade County Commissioner, District 9, Keone McGee, for the benefit of senior residents of the City of Homestead and Miami-Dade County, providing for coordination of the event, authorizing the use of funds from the other events account within the special events budget, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mayor. So in your packet, you have the original estimate of what we were trying to work with as trying to make a very affordable senior prom event to be held at our FICO Williams Center. And thankfully, and through a turn of events, I was able to engage with Commissioner McGee's office, and they were very welcome to join forces and host their annual senior prom event in lieu of us hosting an independent one at our FICO Williams Center. So this would create an opportunity for us to collaborate and have a much larger reach and impact to senior citizens, and to promote welcoming in the community and fellowship with an investment of $10,000 towards the event. And the event will be slated for June 12th at FICO Williams, as I mentioned. I appreciate the support.
Thank you.
And this is through collaboration as well with Vice Mayor Jennifer Bailey. And this would be the city's event, not our event, but we would obviously be very strong in helping with the planning and execution to make sure that it goes well.
Very good, thank you. Questions or comments from council on this item, Vice Mayor?
Just a clarification on the budget and the funding. I know that it came up a little bit during the briefings. It's up to $10,000, and even though obviously Vice Chair McGee's events are $60,000 plus, I think the main idea for us having a little bit of a budget set aside is just to make sure that some pieces that we might feel stronger about are being able to be visualized, right? If we require the trolleys to help us pick up some of our seniors in the area. If we have specifics on how the look is, having hosted the MLK breakfast there. So just to clarify, this isn't $10,000 going to the county. It's more for, obviously, Councilwoman Avila. Ms. Mallory from the Southwest Advisory Committee has been helping her as well. So thank you for taking that piece on. It's a piece that I have wanted to see for a long time. So thank you for that, and just a little clarification on the budget piece.
Okay,
thank you.
And if I might, Vice Mayor, in that regard, so if, obviously the county has much larger budget ability than we do. So this was originally envisioned as a city project at $20,000, and now it's 70, up to 70, potentially. So is that additional funding from the county to pay vendors more? Is it to accommodate more folks? Any thoughts on where the additional expenditures would come in?
As far as the county is concerned, I have not ever seen any of their breakdowns of budgets. I know that they have hosted it in larger spaces. We obviously will be helping many more people than we initially thought we could. Until we see a breakdown in the budget, I wouldn't have an answer for that. And I think this is also a good opportunity to partner with them this year. They've done these things before, and it'll be a learning opportunity for us that we can continue it on years going forward.
Teach you how to do it and just take their money later.
That's the goal.
That's right. And I guess, Mr. Manager, we would be privy to the budgets and the vendors. It was all said and done from the county side.
So I think there will be a joint planning effort between
yeah.
the city and the District 9 office. So we'll extend assistance as needed.
Yeah.
And if there are any type of procurement issues or stuff, we'll assist them as needed.
Exactly. We talked earlier about the safeguards that our procurement department brings to the table. So I don't think we had a motion in a second yet. Okay. I'm sure she thanks you. Councilwoman thanks you. So we have a motion to say. Is there anything further from council? Anything further from staff we need to know? Okay, so let's have a roll call vote on tab 19.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Konski? Yes. Councilman Cannavale? Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Lawson?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And Mr. White, if you could read tab 22 into the record, 20 into the record, please.
Yes, tab 20. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, sponsoring a Haitian Heritage Celebration in recognition of Haitian Heritage Month, providing for coordination of the event, authorizing the use of funds from the other events account within the special events budget if sponsorship funding is unavailable or insufficient, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Bailey.
Thank you, Mayor. This will be the third year where the city's collaborated with the umbrella piece of the Haitian Pastors Association. The reason for partnering with the Haitian Pastors Association is just because of their further reach into the community. You see a great representation in the back there. We have community partners, we have local business owners, we have assistant principals, and a pastor. But it is from all different walks of the Haitian culture that we enjoy here. In Homestead, putting this together, it is meant to be something incredibly inclusive and open to the community. It is celebrating Flag Day, as you heard Pastor Demosthenes talk about earlier today during public comment. And I just wanted to clarify, the ask was not for $15,000, it was for $10,000. The $15,000 was just to show what previous budgets had been. So I had asked during budget season if this is one of the events that we could include in as a budget line item. That wasn't possible at the time. So it was moved into the miscellaneous piece. But as long as we are able to, the Hispanic heritage and the Haitian heritage events, I think, are incredibly important for our community, for everyone to feel included, and for us to all learn something new, because the world is big and we need to learn as much about it as possible. So if you have any questions, I'm sure some of the coordinators in the back are happy to answer them, but that is all I have for now. Thank you.
Very thank you. And I understand there's quite a bit of sponsorship that has already been committed that's enabled the ask to be reduced.
Well, the ask was usually 10,000, but yeah, there's
So it's
been
up to 10,
27 different organizations that have been reached out to. We've had help from the county in previous years, so we know that piece is coming in.
So we'll assume that this is in a form of a motion by you to approve tab 20, second by Councilwoman Avila with a comment.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I definitely support this this item. I support it for the purposes of not only the history lessons that the event brings to the attendees, but the youth sports programming, the economic development, incorporating the different businesses participating, the tourism attraction piece, and as well the community engagement with the free food and the music. So thank you for working hard as a committee on your own time to make these things happen, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Any further question or comment on this item? If none, let's have a roll call vote on tab 20.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Cannavale?
Yes.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Konsky? Vice Mayor Bailey? Yes. Mayor Lawson?
Yes.
The motion carries.
And Vice Mayor, the next item is yours as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. So, March is Women's History Month, and we have numerous amazing female staff members. It was a little too hard to do something for everyone, so there is a very small token of appreciation on the desk in front, plus a little plaque with a quote and something sweet to remind you how important it is and how much of an impact you are making for future leaders. The quote goes, right? Women, great women, may we raise them, may we be them. So thank you all very much. Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite things ever. And there's a part where she leaves Wonderland and comes back years later, and the Mad Hatter tells her, "You've changed. You used to be much, muchier." So I hope you ladies continue to be as muchy as possible and continue doing amazing things. And it's an honor to work with you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Congratulations to all. And, certainly to all of the women throughout our city, in the police department, out in the parks, and seem to be majority procurement as well this evening. They all make the machine run well. Thank you. Okay. So my first item, tab 21, if you'll read that, Mr. White, please.
Yes, tab 21 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, proclaiming the month of April as National Autism Acceptance Month and April 2nd as World Autism Awareness Day, supporting Miami-Dade County Commissioner Raquel Regado's initiative encouraging municipalities across Miami-Dade County to fly the Autism Acceptance Flag, directing the city manager to fly the Autism Acceptance Flag beginning April 2nd, 2026, and throughout the month of April, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Mr. White. As we all, I think, know that this is a cause that's near and dear to Commissioner Regalato's heart. It affects many families, and many of us are those that we know. Yes. Moved by Councilman Cannavale, seconded by Councilwoman Avila. Appreciate the support. Councilman Fletcher.
Yes, thank you. And one thing I'd like to offer as we look forward to doing this one, let's look at the other months for breast cancer awareness, prostate awareness, the other significant events that affect all of us. I think we could be doing a different flag every month to help support our community, but let's look at expanding this program overall.
And certainly, we've done the pink lighting on City Hall for. Yes, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. I was going to add that this month also is month of the military child, and in the past I've requested for the.
Is that in April or March?
April.
Okay.
For the police department to be lit up in purple, as well as the city hall if possible. And I know that there's been an issue with our lights or not.
Lighting. Yeah.
Right, but if there's an ability to light up city hall and the police department, please do for month of the military child. Thank you.
Okay. Got that, Ms. Manager?
Do we have a flag?
Is there a flag?
Not that I'm aware of, but just to light it up in purple. Thank you.
At least the PD in this building, if possible.
So do you want to amend this resolution to reflect City Hall as well as
Is
police?
that okay?
It's
You
just
amend it to include that? Yes. Okay. So the maker and the second have accepted that, certainly. So if you could do that, Mr. White, and we'll have a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Konski? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Roth? Councilman Cannibal? Councilwoman Avila? Vice Mayor Bailey? Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Hey, thank you all, and we can get that flag bought of sufficient size and get it up there on April 2nd, the autism flag. Okay, my next item is filling a recent appointment, not the ongoing city resident appointment, recent vacancy to the Police Pension Board by retired police captain Thomas Mead. If there are any objections to that appointment of retired Captain Mead. Second, naming Vice Mayor Bailey as the council liaison to the Education Committee, and I'm sure you're going to bring forward some ideas about how to reconfigure that, and we'll make some appointments. And I know Councilwoman Avila, we were supposed to do this at the end of the meeting last month, and it got rather late, and I think we all lost sight of the fact that you had requested, and I had promised during the course of the meeting that under my business you would be appointed as the South Day Chamber liaison. Yeah, there you go. So I know you all will do us proud. So if we could have just a motion and a second for those three items. All in favor? Thank you all. That is all I have. Wow, all in good time this evening. Thank you all. It's been a very productive evening. Thank you. Appreciate all of you. And, we have a motion to adjourn. Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.